describing how you're doing today, that would be fabulous. Rachel says she's feeling groovy. Beautiful. Awesome. So welcome to day 3 of the online healing art retreat. I am super happy to be here to offer this experience to you. This fills my heart with joy to see you showing up for yourself, to do the work so that you can shine your light with others. So it's a process, right? We're learning that, first it's listening. It's all about taking the time to listen to your soul and honoring it and giving yourself permission. And then the second part is like looking at the things that are stopping you, right? So sometimes it's more than one thing that we need to shine some light on, because a lot of times those blocks we will kind of push aside, like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to look at it. But the thing is, we want to, give it as much love and attention as possible, right? So that's what I said, like, name your avatars, right? Name them so that you can really, really get into that feeling, right? Either whether it's that feeling of that manifesting, that desire, that higher self, the big version of yourself that you're stepping into, getting to know that person. Or if it's, those blocks of really looking at what those blocks are, giving it a name, giving it attention, and really start to explore them so that you can get really intimate with them. So, I'm seeing the chat on the Facebook. So someone said they don't have the Zoom link. Well, it's the same Zoom link that we've been using the past 2 days. So you can always go back to the emails. I've been sending out emails. So you can join us that way. Hey, Natalia. Awesome. So I am ready to dive in. Today we're talking about stepping into your soul's desire and sharing your gifts to the world and what that looks like. Okay, so we are going to be doing some art around that. Let's see. Oh, everyone's doing good. I just want to check the chat. I just wanted to see how you guys were feeling. That. So what did it feel like for you to about yesterday, like with your art that you did yesterday? Did you have some insights, right? I'd love for you to post in the chat if you had some insights, or even I saw a few people were kind of shocked that, like, they weren't the only ones, like, wow, there's other people that are feeling this way. Oh, Jan says she felt vulnerable. Yes, it is. Got some clarity. Beautiful. Yeah, I'd love to know kind of what it is. Oh, Juniper says she's on her path, feeling good. Oh, I love this energy. That's okay if you can't have video. I love seeing your faces, but if you can't, that's okay. It felt good to get it out. Yes, it's a wonderful technique to get it out. Everly said everyone's comments were super helpful. It felt good. Okay, great. Yes, we're all supporting you in this process. And remember, we all have dark times. We all have past traumas. We all have life experiences. And it doesn't mean that it makes us any less of a person. It's part of what makes us who we are. And with those experiences, it makes us, makes life rich. It actually, like I said, it wasn't like, we're calling them blocks, but really, there's these learning lessons there, right? So if I, referring back to my story of, when I was having my dark night of the soul, when I was having all this anxiety and bouts of depression, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I have everything. Why am I feeling this way? Why can't I enjoy what I have? And it was because I wasn't listening, right? And so when I started listening to my soul and I got the support that I needed, it was just that I wanted to create, right? And I just wanted space to create. And that led to showing up bigger, right? Showing up online, sharing my art, selling my art, offering services online, building my programs, building my memberships. So it started having that ripple effect on other people, right? So it started with me having the ripple effect on me because I was starting to feel good, started to have that ripple effect on my family, right? Because I wasn't stressed anymore. And then it was that growing, that expansion of being able to reach more people and their lives having that ripple effect, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. So what you're doing is going to have that ripple effect too. And we're going to see that. So today, I actually gave away some books, digital books for some winners. So I want to say congratulations to Lisa Rittenhouse, Everly St. Peter, and Susan Holmes. So congratulations. You can check out the digital book and follow along today because we're going to do another exercise from the book. And for the prize for today, you're welcome. Congratulations. So the prize today is actually going to be my Oracle deck. And this was made with lots of love. On one side of the deck it's kind of like a rainbow, as you could see here, some rainbow love, but it has messages from the universe. So it's the point of this is to, you can use it as like a daily guide to, you pick a card and it'll give you some guidance, whether it's healing or it's manifesting, but it's thinking about what you want and then just asking a question and then getting the guidance. And then the other side of the deck, it actually has artwork that I've been creating for my life. But I'm going to pick a card for us today. I'm going to see, what it is that that we need. So I'm going to shuffle this a little bit. And I'm just going to pick a card. Oh my God, this is the craziest thing. I swear. I love these things because it's all intuitive. We got this card, it has lotuses on it, but it's totally intuitive. And that's what I love about it. But we got the action card. And I love this because that is what we're doing today. We are moving on to that solar plexus about taking action. Okay. So the action card says, take action towards your desires. What is one area of your life that action would create the biggest ripple effect, right? We're doing ripple effects today. Taking baby steps every day can lead to a major shift in achieving your dreams. So all it is one little baby step, right? What is one step you can take today to move your dreams to reality? Woo! Yes, I love that. So you can go ahead and write that down. What's the one baby step I can take today that's going to move your desire into reality, right? Because I want you to make that choice today. I want to see what that is. But it's a perfect card for what we're doing. And that's why I love Oracle decks, because they're all like that. It's like whatever's going on in your life and you pull it. So this is a card for all of us. The action card is, energy is for all of us. Beautiful. Okay, very fun. I love them. Lisa says perfect. Yes, it is. I love it. Okay. All right. Okay. One thing I want to tell you before we get started is there is going to be a survey that I'm going to be putting out. Maybe Becca could put the link here. I would love for you to fill out the survey at the end, just so I can get like a really good feel of like what you gained from this experience, your insights, and then how I can make this better so that like for the next time that I do this, that I want to make sure it's rich and fun and all the good stuff. Okay. So I'll remind you again, but if you could all do that, that would be great. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to start diving in. I talked about how, like how I showed up and it created this ripple effects. And part of that ripple effects was creating a program. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it now, but I'm going to tell you about it later. As I was showing up, I offered my art therapy services. So that's something that I still do. It's online. It's like that my healing track. That's what I call it. But as I started showing up and I wanted to put my services, art therapy services out there, I also wanted to help other people put their desires, their gifts, their services, whatever it is, out there too, right? And so part of this learning, I had to take a lot of business courses. Like I really didn't know how to do that. Like I went to grad school, I went to undergraduate, I learned how to create awesome art. I learned how to be an awesome art therapist, but I didn't learn how to put myself out there, right? And how to create programs, how to make money that way, how to serve in a way that would, monetarily be helpful, right? So I had to do a lot of learning for myself. And then part of that process of learning, because they don't teach you that in undergraduate and they didn't teach me that in graduate school, unfortunately. But I said, you know what? It's always learning. We're always learning, right? So I did a lot of courses, and a part of that is taking everything that I've been learning, and I continue to grow and take courses, is that I created this program called the Art of Healing and Manifesting Program. So other than that, like I said, I have that healing path, which is just the art therapy. The program incorporates those tools of how to show up and how to really start dealing with the blocks that stop you from showing up, right? Because, it could be a block that a lot of the blocks are subconscious, and their subconscious actually rules how you make decisions. Okay. So it's reprogramming your subconscious, and you can do that through art. You can do that through therapy. You can do that in different ways, right? Affirmations are really, really powerful, right? So it's part of reprogramming your mind, because of one little thing. I think it was Everly who mentioned it about, like, her dad had said something about laughing at her for being an artist, like at 7 years old, and how much that has impacted her throughout her life, right? So we have these messages, we have these things that are like seated within us, and we have to learn how to change the story, right? How to empower ourselves and do that. So part of the Art of Healing and Manifesting program, we work on the blocks, but we also create a system so that you can create your own community and grow, right? So I have someone here who joined the program a few months ago, and her name is Kristen Barnes. Are you here, Kristen? Let's see.
I am.
Oh, you are.
Morning,
okay.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Let me find you really, really quick. I just want her to be able to share her experience with you, because she dove all in. And I was telling you, a lot of us will, can you like wave your arms or something?
I was just doing it.
Oh, you were? Okay, hold on, let me put it on gallery. There you are, thank you. So it's a lot about, not just getting your feet wet, right? Because a lot of times we'll have experiences where we just want to put our toes in, but we don't dive in fully to get fully wet and fully submerged in the water. And so Kristen decided to dive in, and she's amazing. And I wanted to just share her experience so that it'll inspire you to go full force, whatever direction that you decide to go in, but to do it. So welcome, Kristen.
Thank you. Good to be here. Hi, everybody.
Yay, so happy that you're here. So I want to just kind of, start off, because I know that people might not know you here, but just kind of talk about, like, when you found out about the program, found out, like, why is it that you joined? What is it that was calling for you?
Yep. So I had gotten back into my art about a year ago, actually, probably almost exactly. I'd taken a very long break, and I had done the work to realize that I am enough and I make my own choices. At 46 and a half, I can make my own choices today. I realized that finally. And then I noticed that some intuitive nudges were starting to really show up, and not just nudge, but shove me. So Leah had advertised, you had a sponsored ad maybe on Instagram about your free program that you were doing. It was over Thanksgiving weekend. And one of the nudges just said, you got to do that. You got to do that. And I made time and I did it. And then when she talked about the year-long opportunity with her, and then I could have 14 one-on-one sessions and everything kind of developed, creating a business. Again, it was like, this is a no-brainer, clear, yes. So it's been about hearing that nudge and knowing, and having that knowing, and then following and saying yes and diving completely in.
Beautiful. And so what are some of the things, like, what kind of shifts have occurred? Because we've had like 13 sessions together, you get 14. So we've had a lot of like one-on-one work. And now she's going to go into something that I've added on, which is called the launch, which is creating your own community, and then being able to, have your programs and offers. But I want to know, like, what are some of the shifts that have happened just for the couple months that we've worked together?
Wonder if I can capture them all. Okay, so I had my art on display. I was paying like a hefty rent charge at a place locally, just to have my art out there. And I decided, again, intuitive thought and working with Leah, I was like, you know what? It doesn't need to be there anymore. I can change and shift the energy. I found a new spot, again, followed the voice and said, why don't you ask at your favorite smoothie place if they'd be willing to display your art? I did. The next day, sold 2 pieces. Then I had an intuitive thought, and I'm in recovery, I'm clean and sober. So there is, and I'm also in Denver, Colorado. So there was an organization that I kind of knew existed called Colorado Artisan Recovery. I reached out to them on a whim. I found out I knew one of the board members from early recovery. And then, like Leah and I had another session and we're both saying, I just feel like there is something here for this. I really need to contact them again. And I did, and asked about teaching opportunities, paid teaching opportunities. And Darren, the executive director, said, oh my gosh, you're a godsend. I was just having this conversation with someone that I needed someone exactly like you. And so this month with them, we go by CARE. I had two workshops, 2 paid workshops, and then through an acquaintance of mine with another kind of recovery organization, I had 2 other workshops. So this was my first month, and I had 4 workshops and made several $100s. And I've been able to share my own recovery and who I am, and just be me. And now I'm actually having the experience, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this. So yeah, big stuff.
It's awesome. Like, I love it. And I want to give her an A+ because she really followed through. Like, I would suggest something and she would like go and do it. And I was just like, hell yes, like, yay. Like, you're doing the work. Like you actually, she was scared. She would say, I'm totally freaked out about this. And I'm like, it's okay to be scared. Just do it anyway. And, and she's just stepping into this. And it's really beautiful because there's this niche, you know what I mean? Like, she has life experiences that she can help people, right? And she can use her art as a way to do that, right? So this is exciting. I'm really excited because not only like you can create more paths and selling your art, which we're going to be doing within the launch program. We're going to start that April 30th. But also like doing these art workshops that you're helping people. So did you want to tell us any more about the niche or your experience doing them?
Sure. I mean, I think, I've learned so much in the time that I've been clean and sober. And one of the things that I discovered was art was a healthy coping skill for me back in the beginning. And then I found alcohol, and that absolutely stole my coping skill, and alcohol became my coping skill for a long time. So I've had the desire to create, and I've had those pings of desire all of my life. I fell in love with painting when I was 3. There's a photo of me when I'm 3 doing my first abstract work. So I've been able to, I'm not a professional. I'm not an art therapist. I'm actually a marketing and business developer in the construction industry. I almost got my BFA, but I let the voices of fear and the old tapes play. And so recovery has taught me that if you have the willingness to move forward and you make the decisions and you do the hard work, that's where the magic happens. And so taking that learning into my time with Leah and this program is like all the way. So now I get to be who I am and honor my recovery and share my art and my love of art with people who really find meaning in it. So it's been incredibly exciting. Thank you, Leah, so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so happy that you decided to like dive in and do this, because I know that so many people are going to benefit from the experiences that they have with you, and that you're going to continue to grow. You did mention something that I want to just touch upon really quick, because you said, I'm not an art therapist, and that's true, right? So people will say, well, you're just doing art therapy. Well, that's where I think that's where we need to have like clarification, just so to educate people, because I went to school to be an art therapist, right? Like it's very rigorous. It's a 2-year degree. You have to have supervision hours. You have to take a test to be board certified. Like it's like you're learning theoretical techniques, and you're actually practicing, like you're helping people with dealing with their traumas, dealing with their depression, with their anxiety, right? So there is a difference. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because I know that just art in itself is healing. I know that if creating for 45 minutes, your cortisol levels, they drop, right? Like you're benefiting them, right? Like just having that experience of community, bringing people together, that part is healing, right? So I'm glad that you had mentioned that, I'm not an art therapist, but that is the difference, right? So when we show up, when we do the work, we just have to have that clarity, because so many people don't even know what art therapy is. And I just feel like for myself, I am an advocate, and I do have to speak for the profession, is that I support I know I've had people in my program that became art therapists after working with me. They're like, I want to go this route because I want to do the clinical work. I want to be able to help people, process their traumas and do that kind of stuff. But I told Kristen, I was like, listen, if you're working with someone comes to that group and they're having a heavy day and you could just see, hey, you need some extra support, you can refer someone. That's what this is about, so it's not on you. That's not the space for it. But I know that the work is needed in that population that you're working with. And you're going to have a massive impact, and that ripple effect is going to be beautiful. So it's good stuff. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yay. So there is, I know you're starting a group because part of the launch program, you're going to have your own community and you're going to be starting your group. So can you just let us know the Facebook group? Because if there's anybody here that would like to continue to watch Kristen grow, or if you have any kind of history of this and you feel like you'd be a good fit for the group, can you let us know what that group is so that people can join you?
I'm going to show you a screenshot of the cover page, but it's called The Art of Recovery. And you can see my pretty purple nails there. So yeah, and then I have 3 questions to join the group. Super simple. Just kind of want to hear from you too, what you're interested in, but The Art of Recovery on Facebook.
So it's people who are in that process of recovery. They're clean and sober, and they just want to have like-minded friends and do art with them. Support
community for folks who are newly sober or not so newly sober, but just really want to talk about art and life together.
Beautiful. Yay. Okay. Well, thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So I just wanted to share the love there because, like I said, whatever your desire is, it can happen. And so it's just being really, really true to yourself and showing up and doing the work, and it will definitely happen. I know that Kristen wants to make 6 figures, and we're going to move her into that direction. So doing what she loves, doing what lights her up. Okay. So moving on, let's make some art. We are going to go back to the book. We are going to be moving on to that solar plexus. This is the solar plexus, that color yellow. It's all about taking action. It's about being on purpose. So if your solar plexus is imbalanced, meaning that it's spinning too fast, it would be that you are too aggressive, kind of like a bully, right? You'd be overly too much. In that direction, too controlling. But if it's spinning too slow, that looks like not having the confidence, not having the self-worth, right? Or maybe lacking some purpose. So today we want to balance that chakra, right? So taking action looks like, doing the little baby step that's going to get us to our desire. But to do that, what I want you to do is we are on page 104. This is called Reflecting on the Avatars. So you're going to take your 2 images and you're going to put them side by side. And I want you to look at them for a minute. Like I said, I wanted you to name them, but I want you to look at them. Okay. And I want you to look at and see which one did you put more color, more energy. Just be honest. What page is 104? So remember, there's no judgment here. We're just observing. Okay. So you can put it in the chat. Which one do you feel like maybe has a lot more either color, more lines, more, even the line marking might be more. Barbie said the block completely, the block. Okay. Oh, Joanne said the first one. Okay, cool. First drawing the rainbow. Okay, cool. So there's no judgment. I just want you to see for yourself kind of where you're at, because you might need to look at that. If the block is showing up more, we definitely, you need to give love to that block, meaning that if it's money, give more money or give more love to the money, right? If it's your insecurity, so give some love to that little girl or their inner child that needs more security. And if it's that first one, amazing, you're stepping into it. And it's really about stepping into the energy, right? The energy of, what you're going to be doing and that ripple effect of how it's going to affect other people. So there's an interview in here with Jen Mazer that I love. She talks about the blocks and that third eye chakra. And she talks about how everything is co-creation. So like say, for example, you want more clients, right? You could say, yeah, it's all about, or I want to sell more art pieces. You're always thinking of it maybe of just like a one-sided, like, or you wanted a lover, like what the lover is going to be like and things like that. But really it's about your experience with that lover, right? Your experience with the client. So I'm thinking of an image where it was a woman here. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. I can't think of the top of it, but I remember the image. It was like the back of your head and you're looking at the studio that you want to buy. You said it hardwood floors. I'm so excited about it. But that next step, right, is that you're in the studio with the people who are or whether it's your buyers, your collectors, whether it's like you're doing workshops or painting or whatever you do, it's those people in there with you celebrating, right? That's the ripple effect, is that not only is it going to experience you and owning it and feeling, but it's going to have that ripple effect for those around you. Okay. Do you see how that next step that we need to take, right? Because I want you to really embrace it. So whatever it is, I hope that makes sense with the little analogy, right? So even the person who wanted the lover, remember they came up here and they talked, or the partner, and they talked about they were playing the guitar. So maybe like another image of you and doing something together and then really experiencing, really feeling and having that energy of what that would feel like around you two, right? So it's sharing it. Okay, let me just check the chat. All right, Rachel's got the first one. Karen Dawn's got the first one. Amazing. So those are signs that if you had put more energy for the first one, that's like, let's go into that manifesting. I want you all to be in the manifesting step. So we're just going to do the manifesting step today of embracing that feeling and what that ripple effect would be. You're going to do the image about the ripple effect. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about what the art directive is? Let me read here. It says, Jane Golden, that was my shop. I'm going to add to that and ripple all that will be added. Yes, yes. So then let's do another image of how people will be affected, right? So then I'm saying like me showing up. I gave the example of me showing up of like doing my art and then adding my services. And now I know that I want to help other people have that ripple effect, right? That's part of me sharing the love. And then I envision my clients being successful. I see Kristen being successful. I think we have Natalia here too. She's awesome. She's in did the program and she started her podcast, and how amazing that people who listen to her podcast are going to have that same ripple effect. I've had her do images about how she is affecting those around her, right? It's really powerful work. That's what this manifesting energy is about. It's about getting into the energy. Okay, so again, we'll spend a good, I guess 12 minutes. I think that would be a good idea. Just get the sketch down. You don't have to finish it, but at least start it. So Deborah says, so envisioning us in our vision, how people are affected. Yes, and I will explain it one more time. Don't be sorry, it's okay. So review the directive. Okay, so the first drawing that we did was of what your desire was. And I said, do an avatar, create yourself of stepping into that desire, right? And I'll give the little dragon picture. She did a dragon. She's like, I need to step into my dragon energy to have my boundaries and start listening, right? That was her first picture. Second picture is, what are the blocks? What are stopping? I don't know where her second picture is off the top of my head, but she's got blocks that are stopping her. So this third picture, she's going to be drawing something along the lines of when she stands in her power, how that's going to have a ripple effect to those around her. And it might just be her immediate family. It might just be her children, right? But she's going to be there in that peace, in her boundaries, in her space of feeling good, right? And it's going to have a ripple effect. So I always going to start with you first. And it's usually the immediate family, right? Those that you see daily. And then it goes out to the world, right? That energy is going to multiply. it's going to, as you nurture yourself, you have that peace, it's going to have a huge impact on the world because that's energy, right? Okay. So how it will, it might just be for you, but then think about it. How would it affect other people? What is your ripple effect? What would you like the ripple effect to look like? You can make, this is using your imagination. This is an opportunity to play. A lot of times when I do these type of drawings, I might start thinking it's one way and they come out totally different. Like, wow, I never even thought of that. That's what's so cool about this, is that things come up. Just listen to your intuition, allow it to come through. love how intently you all are playing. I want to say working, but you're playing, giving yourself that opportunity to play, get in touch with your soul, seeing what that creative flow and that ripple effect will have on you, how will it have on those around you. It's never one-sided. It's a co-creation. I'm going to work for a couple more minutes, but if anyone is done, you can always give me a thumbs up just so I know where you're at. Everly's done. Cool. Everly, would you like to share yours? I love how many they are. Add spotlight. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, it is really tiny.
Yeah, I see it. The heart with the palette.
Yes. So the ripple effect is that I am able to create my own healing through art. So I decided it's my time.
Most definitely. Can you show
So-
all three of them together since they're little minis?
Yes. Yep.
Ah, beautiful. How cute. There's a mini artist called Dina Brodsky on Instagram. She does mini art and it's just really cool. It reminds me of that. I love it. Awesome. Beautiful
Nice.
job. Thank you for showing up for yourself.
Thanks.
I see the healing happening already. You're starting it.
Well, thank you for doing this. This was awesome.
You're welcome.
So I do have one question on the book. Do I set up an account with your website to be able to access it, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a PDF. So if you weren't able to access the link, I can just double check and I can get that for you. Okay.
I was, but am I able to then save it on my computer, or how does that
You
work?
should be. It's with Acrobat Reader. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome.
I'll unmute. Unmute. Where?
If there's someone else that is kind of at a point where they could share, I see a hand raised. Let me see who it is. Oh, I don't know whose hand it is. Let me go to gallery. Oh, Kim Pratt. All right, let me find you, Kim. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Yes, waving hands helps me. Like, where are you? Beautiful.
So, excuse my voice, I'm having allergy issues, but this one, there's no color yet because it's very vivid in my mind. This is me. I was having the little painting thing with wine in the backyard and my musician future partner, but this is in our Sprinter where we have my dogs and we're playing music in the car and we're driving through maybe Colorado, as you can see the trees in the back, and our Sprinter is full. It has his guitar, some fly fishing poles, a bunch of art. We're traveling around, staying at KOAs and going to art shows. And he's my muse in the background playing a little music, and I'm selling art. And right now that art would fill up the gas tank to get to the next art show. So, but this is my dream. This is what I want.
This is amazing. I see it happening for you. It's so much fun. I'm kind of curious, but music is playing, and I would say start playing that music today.
Yeah.
And start dancing around and celebrating it because it's here for you. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yay, amazing. Beautiful. And we have Deborah Filligan. Let's see where you are. Let me put a gallery view. Let me see. There you are. Thank you. Add spotlight.
So I'm not done.
Okay.
And whenever I do this art, I'm always confused because I'm thinking of things I'm doing that are not money oriented and things that are more oriented. But what this does show with the ripple effect is when you help one person or you help one person stand on success with confidence and all those things, you're helping so many other people because that gives those people the gifts to turn around and help others. So it just shows people with people behind, because that would be the ripple effect.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your art. Yeah, it does not have to be money oriented. I mean, I've had soul desires where it had nothing to do with money. I remember I did an event at Sacred Space, which is a beautiful event place here. And my soul wanted to experience it. I wanted to have a sound bath healer and an art show. And I did a walking labyrinth. And it had nothing to do with the money. And it was just that I wanted to have fun. And I wanted to bring in like-minded people to share this experience with me and create those kind of relationships. So yeah, it's sometimes money is involved. I'm going to say that's not always, but there are sometimes that could be a motivator of saying, hey, I want to deal with my money and I want to expand it. I want to grow. I want to be a part of. So yes, but so it could go either direction. Thank you, Deborah. Okay, let me see here. Everly loved your pieces. Lenny said awesome. How about Jan Golden? Okay, let me go back to gallery. Keep switching off and on. Oh, there you are. Thanks. Rachel's waving too. I think she's drying off something. I'm like, who's waving?
Hi, good morning. So I was the one that you talked about with the looking out.
Oh, yeah.
Before, right? So this was what I was seeing. It's kind of my dream, right? Because my husband and I were on vacation. We found this really great old building. And I kept saying, nope, I'm not going to do it because I can't do it. Why would I do it? All these voices in my head are saying, no, you can't. So today with my ripple effect, I didn't draw people because I'm really bad at drawing people. So now I'm outside looking at the outside of that shop, seeing the people coming in. I have my little racks of all of my things that I have made, and they're full, and people are actually coming in and they are shopping in my little craft store. So
beautiful. And what does that feel like? What does that feel like for you? What's the emotion that's with that?
It's a little, there's multiple emotions, a little fear, a little overwhelm, a lot of gratitude, and a lot of well, maybe a little apprehension, but
okay, so stop there. You said three things that could potentially block the energy.
Yeah, fear,
right.
Yeah.
So going to the one that's going to amplify it, and that's that crown chakra, it's the gratitude.
Yeah.
So it's bringing in more gratitude into your life right now. Doing a gratitude practice of every single day, writing down everything that you're grateful for, whatever happened throughout the day, like find things throughout your day for gratitude.
So I have a group on Facebook. It's called the Treasure Trove of Gratitude. And I have members in that group and we do this every day. So I have to keep reminding myself of the things that I'm grateful for. And this moving forward has to be one of them.
And grateful that it's already here. Like if you could put it in the present instead of like being some far out thing. Say, I'm so excited that my shop is here and people are enjoying it and it's well received and it's, but like writing it out as if it's a present tense.
Yes.
So that will also amplify it. So yeah, practicing that I think is gonna probably
Make it all come to fruition. It'll happen.
yeah, because the fears are always going to be there, you know,
Right.
and but it's learning how to get connected with it and say, okay, why are you here? Is this my ego trying to keep me small? And then really looking at yourself like 5 years from now, okay? Because this is the season in your life you're at right now. And so 5 years from now, if you look back and you don't do it, what does that feel like?
Yeah. And you know, it's 5 years from now, I'm just going to throw it out there because number is just a thing. 5 years from now, I'll be 60 years old.
Okay.
So I have to kind of think of things age wise too. I want to be crafty and having that while I can and while I, you know, have the ability.
Five.
Right?
Y, E, F, O, F, U, F, O,
What that is.
O, F, R, N, O, double.
I think that was okay. So thinking of, I'm sorry. So thinking about it as a as right now, because
Yeah.
time is precious and we only have so much time on this earth, and
Right.
you know, going for it now.
Yep.
So and listening.
Here now, like I don't want a 5-year plan. I want to, and I don't want to say immediate gratification, but I kind of do.
I mean, it's okay to look at a 5-year plan, but I'm just saying that feeling of what if you don't do it? And you
Right,
get
right.
5 years, 10 years down the road and you look back and say, are you happy with yourself that you didn't follow through? Are you going to be okay with it?
Right.
I mean, I did that with even with writing this book. I've had the book, I've been building it up for years, sitting on the shelf. And when I wrote the publisher that I did my last book with, they kept ghosting me. And I was like, why? And then I found out that they don't do anything with like universe or God or anything that you say that like they don't do anything. And I was like, oh, that's why. But I kept thinking I had blocks, but they weren't really blocks. What they were just telling me to go a different direction, right? So when I sat with it and said, okay, I'm going to have to invest in this in myself. Because 5 years from when I look back and I don't do it, I'm going to be more upset with myself. So it's like, I'd rather take the fear and fail. And, but you know, well, what if it is a success? What if I could really help people on a bigger level? And that's my intention. And that's what I have to stand up with. It's like, what's your intention? And,
Right.
and lead from that motivation of why you're doing it.
Yes.
Right. Because that's going to be the motivation to keep you going.
Perfect. Thank you, Leah.
You're welcome. Awesome. Okay, I think we can do one more. Let me go really quick. Joanne says she feels the urgency. Everly suggested a 2-year plan. Redirection, yeah, important. Okay, does anyone else? I see hands raised, I'm sorry. Let's see. Go in gallery. Oh, Rachel, you're doing a weird dance. Does that mean that you want to? Okay. Okay. Hi. Oh, you're muted. Can you unmute? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, here's mine. And it's basically like flames and things that I have started in other people unintentionally just by being me. And like when we started, my first drawing was about wanting to just create beauty and inspiring others to create beauty as well, because that, you know, it can be that simple. And so this is my picture. And I've got a girlfriend who several months ago came to me and was like, I want to do markets with you and blah, blah, blah. She didn't know that I wasn't doing art markets anymore because of some other personal things, but I didn't want to tell her I wasn't doing them so that because I thought that she would be like, oh, well, never mind. And I didn't want to like have her play small just because I'm not doing it anymore. And yesterday she came over after the art thing and we were talking about a market that she wants to go and do. And I was just kind of like, She goes, but you know what? Even if you don't want to do it with me, I think I'm finally at the point now where I can do it myself and it's going to be amazing. And I was like, yes, it is going to be amazing. And you can do it yourself. And it's so like, that kind of made me realize that I'm I am inspiring other people, even though I don't feel like I am. And even though I don't feel like I'm having much of an impact. And I've watched her progression through it. And it's like the same stuff that I went through with the resin and all of the little, and it's so sitting in the power of not having to go and do things for other people, but still helping. Like just my presence and just me being that person. I don't have to put too much of my own energy out. I don't have to overexert myself like I always have forever and always. I can just be and allow the other people to thrive. And, and it's like, and in my head, I saw just like all these stars and these bright stars and getting brighter and brighter. And just, so, yeah, that's what.
Well, that's beautiful. So what do you feel like for like today and moving forward? Because we had the action card, because you are making a ripple effect by standing in your own boundaries. You're saying no to things that don't light you up, and that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
What do you feel like for today that would be creating beauty? Like, are you thinking about making some for your art for yourself? Or do you think?
I'm going to reach out to the girls that have, because I've been kind of like hibernating a lot recently, and I feel like I can finally like go out of my house again. And so I'm actually going to my girlfriend Kim's house, who does resin jewelry and stuff. And we're just going to sit there and we're going to craft and we're going to talk. And so, yeah, I'm going to come out of my little hibernation spot is what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Yay. Beautiful. I know it's going to have even more ripple effect because you're taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for sharing, Rachel. Awesome. Love you. All right. Okay. So we're wrapping it up. Liz says, thanks for sharing. Yeah. So, wow, there is so much goodness here. You have all been incredibly amazing and supportive in the group. And this is what this is about, is that we want to see each other rise. Like we all rise together. We are supporting each other. So for this last hurrah, we are going to be putting the art that you created today and some insight of like how you see the three together, right? And having this ripple effect. So if you could write about that in the post, I will share what it's going to look like today. Give me 1 second. Share screen. So it's going to look like this. So for the prize, if you can comment on and support each other, continue doing that. It's a day 3 prize. I do ask you if you could kindly fill out the survey. Rebecca, if you could put the survey link up just so I can have your feedback and kind of where you're at, because I love doing this. Like these like fill my soul when I get to like see your art, see your ahas, your insights, and see your growth. So if you could do that. And I do offer, I had mentioned this before, that I do offer free consultations for those of you who just kind of want to get like a game plan or just have a little bit more insight. They're 30-minute, I call them creative soul sessions. So if you do want to have a chat with me, I'm opening that up for a couple weeks. And yeah, and just to let you know, I do have, I know I had mentioned it before, my program. So I have 2 paths, 2 tracks. One track is I do art therapy online. That's that healing path. If you want support with this journey of kind of getting rid of those blocks, feeling unstuck, it's more about self-development. And then I have another track, which is the art of healing and manifesting, because I put the healing part in there because a lot of times when we want something, there's something that's stopping that. And that's where the healing, that's where that second day block is, just kind of looking at that and diving deeper, right? Like I've had to do it with myself. I had to do it with my own, standing up in my power, knowing my self-worth, dealing with money, healing my money monster. We do money monsters in the book. Of doing this path. And so that's part of the healing and manifesting. You get the individual sessions with me. It's kind of part coaching, part art therapy, but then also you get the launch program as well. It's something that I've added on. And that's creating your own community, finding your niche, getting really clear about like that ripple effect and how you're going to affect others. And if you want to make money doing that, that's amazing, because you can. So it has that business element. So if you want to do in that route, I have that too. So yeah, that's all the goodness. I really appreciate you showing up for yourself, but just sharing the love here. You've all been amazing. If any questions come up, you're always welcome to email me. Oh, Barbie said, can you show the front and back of the card? Oh, yes, I can do that. Okay, so this is the front of the card. It's the lotus. What I love about lotuses is that they come from murky waters, right? See, there's a darkness under here. They come up and they bloom and they're like pristine. They're beautiful, right? So the lotus is all about coming from those murky waters. And so it's like taking action is the action card. Okay, so the action is taking action for your desire. So for today, think about like this ripple effect. What's one small baby step? Maybe it's just writing an email. Maybe it's just going to your friend's house and making some art. That sounds fun. Whatever it is, one small action step. It says, yeah, what area of your life will make the biggest ripple effect? That's where you want to take the action. Oh, your artwork is great. Thank you. Thank you. It's part of I did a whole bloom collection that was part of that. Let me see if I'm missing any other questions here. Yes. Oh, just to let you know, on Sunday, we are meeting again in community. We are doing the lotus, not the lotus. You can create a lotus because it's part of the crown chakra painting class. So if you want to be part of our community where you meet like this and we make art and we talk more together, we're going to be doing the crown chakra painting class on Sunday, and that is at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I know that everyone's in different time zones. And all of that is on my site. So if you ever wanted to look it up, Jan asked, do I sell Oracle cards? Yes, I do sell them. I just printed these. These are like totally new. They are on my site as well. The book and the deck is on my site. And then if you're in America, there's Amazon where the book is at. But I do have a few more of the decks if you're interested. I'm just going to check, see if I miss any questions. Lots of thank yous. You are welcome. Rachel says, no mud, no lotus. That's right. Okay, it says, will we still be able to go back and review the last 2 days because I missed them? Oh yeah, Tammy, you got to go back and do the last 2 days to come to this day because it won't make any sense. Probably. So yes, I'll put 3 videos on YouTube, so you can subscribe to my channel. And you can watch the last 2 days because remember the third day, 1, 2, 3, they go together. So I want you to see everything together. And even if you want to take a picture, of all 3 of those together, I think that it's good to reflect, right? To look at where you're putting your energy, what you want to focus on. And it's not a bad thing to go into that dark side, go into the dark avatar, because it probably needs a lot of love and attention. So definitely look at them. Keep them up for a while. Let me see if I missed any other questions. Okay, I think I got everybody. If I missed something, like I said, you're always welcome to message me on Facebook. I can't wait to see everybody's artwork there. You are welcome. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.